Today I'm going to do my Q&A video. I wanted to show you, first of all, this amazing jacket that I got for just £5 at the vintage store. Look how awesome it is. How cute. Yeah, I literally just wore that just so you guys could actually see it. I'm gonna take it off now because it's really hot. So I got quite a lot of questions from you guys. So I'm gonna answer as many as I can. The first question I got is, what has been the toughest part of recovery for you? I think the toughest part was the initial decision to actually recover, to actually give myself that permission to commit fully to recovery was the hardest bit. I mean, once I'd given myself that permission, I allowed myself to eat and everything, but actually the biggest challenge after making the initial decision was quitting exercise. That was really, really, really difficult for me. And sometimes I still struggle with that. And I have relapsed with exercise once or twice. So yeah, that would have been the toughest part, or parts, because obviously I said two things. What's one goal that you've set and reached in your recovery? Well, my goal was to eat a normal amount and be able to eat, proper things instead of just, really low calorie things or whatever. I upped my intake massively. I'm now eating over 3 times as much as I used to. So, and being able to just eat all the things that I denied myself. I also set lots of goals for facing fear foods, and I have gotten over nearly all of them. And so that was good as well. I guess this is quite a hard question to answer because I didn't set specific goals. My goal was just recovery, and there were steps towards that. So, I mean, how I've answered that is just saying about the steps that I've done. And my hair is really not behaving. Number 3, what advice can you give to someone still unable to face their eating disorder and ask for help? Well, the thing is you have to face your eating disorder. That is all I can say, to be quite honest. You have to be able to accept that you have it and commit to recovery. You don't necessarily have to ask for help from a professional if you do think that you can do it by yourself. Obviously, I would definitely advise talking to family and friends so that you have a support network. I mean, I didn't have any kind of professional treatment or anything. I did this by myself, but not by myself because I had a massive, massive support network from my friends and my partner at the time and my family. So the first step is that you have to be able to face it, because you cannot make steps. You cannot go any way, anywhere in recovery, unless you face your eating disorder. Number 4, when you decided to fight your anorexia, who did you talk to first, and what steps did you take to mentally and emotionally prepare for treatment? As I just said, I didn't actually have any professional treatment, but I'm going to address this question as what steps did I take to mentally and emotionally prepare for the recovery process. When I decided to fight my anorexia, everybody already knew that I had anorexia. I've struggled with an eating disorder for 10 years now, so everybody was aware that I have had an eating disorder in the past, and so they were able to recognise that I was having severe problems, especially with the amount of weight that I lost. And lots of other things as well. So everybody already knew, but initially it was my partner at the time who gave me the push to go into recovery. It was because of our relationship, which was it was being ruined by the eating disorder, so it gave me that push to fight for something. That's one of the main things I was fighting for by recovering. So it was him that I told first that I was going to go to the doctors and make that initial step. What steps did I take to mentally, emotionally prepare for treatment? Prepare for recovery process. I don't know. I guess for me, I didn't need to. Well, I guess I did it. I did it unconsciously. I didn't consciously prepare for it. I went through a 1 or 2 months where I was kind of really, really iffy about recovery, but I was considering it. It kind of was a natural process of not wanting to recover, then kind of thinking I'm really, really, really bloody miserable, and I was suicidal as well, and just thinking like, the only way out I thought was death, unfortunately. But of course, it then occurred to me that wasn't the only way out. There was actually another way out, and that was to get better. And that was something that I wasn't prepared to fight for at one point, and then it became something that I was prepared to fight for, and it just, that urge to recover got stronger and stronger until I eventually made that decision. And and I think giving myself permission, that really fully committing to recovery was the final step to prepare for it, because I knew it was going to be really, really hard. I knew I was going to feel really terrible, and I was going to feel lots of anxiety and guilt and shame and all this kind of stuff. But because I'd given myself the permission and said, you can, it's okay, you are allowed to eat, you need to eat, giving myself that permission to actually eat and face fear foods and stop habits and stuff like that. That permission really helped me. That was the biggest thing that prepared me for recovery. What would you define as your greatest achievement so far in recovery and in general? I feel that my greatest achievement in recovery was recovering without support, but I feel like that's kind of not really fair to say, because some people can't recover without treatment, and I don't think they're any less better than me at all or less strong, but I guess I am proud of the fact that I was able to really get myself out of the trap of the eating disorder, and I really was able to do that by myself. And I think it just kind of helps doing it by myself, because I found Eurytopia and did it by reading that information was what really helped me. And I think if I had professional support that had told me other things, like I wasn't allowed to eat as much as the guidelines said, because obviously diet culture is ingrained so much that it's in our recovery systems as well. And I think that would have hindered my recovery more than helped it. But anyway, I think I'm getting off topic here. So apart from that, my greatest achievement so far in recovery would have actually been really growing and developing as a person. I think the eating disorder kind of stunted me. I was growing and developing as a person, and then I stopped because I didn't do anything apart from eating disorder stuff. And so in recovery, I've really been developing myself as a person, and my interests and my hobbies have expanded massively, and I think I've just become much more interesting and much more knowledgeable about lots of different things, and that's a massive achievement in my recovery. In general, In general, I don't really know about my greatest achievement. I think something I'm really actually proud of is going to Thailand and traveling around Thailand with my partner at the time, because I'm somebody who's I wouldn't say I'm high maintenance, but I get really like anxious about not having a comfortable place to sleep or like a clean toilet, or I get very worried about like being in a country that I can't speak the language, because I don't know, it just makes me feel really anxious. But I went traveling around Thailand for a month, and it was literally the best experience of my entire life. And yeah, just making that decision to go, I feel like it was a really good step for me. Also, I moved to America by myself when I was 17. Well, not by myself. I moved with my partner at the time when we were both 17. And I feel that the fact that I actually moved to another country where I didn't know anyone apart from him and his family, and was prepared to start life afresh there, especially at 17, was really, I don't know, it just shows a lot of strength and confidence, I think. And I know that I can do something like that. I'm not dependent, because a lot of the time I feel dependent, but I think I am quite independent, and that's a good thing. It didn't actually last moving to America. My partner was not a very nice person at all, so I moved back home quite quickly. But yeah, just knowing that I can do that, it just feels good that I have that independence inside of me if I need it. Number 6, what's your favourite food? Oh God, why would you ask me that question? Why did I even think to answer it? There's just too many. Thai food, absolutely amazing. Love it so much. One of my favourite cuisines, unless it's spicy. And I know a lot of Thai food is spicy, but a lot of it isn't spicy as well. There's a restaurant I go to here which is just absolutely amazing, and I love it so much. I always rave about it. But apart from that, bread, pasta and sauce, chocolate, cake, pastries, cereal, Cheerios. I don't know, there's too many. Literally, you can't just ask me this. Yeah. What's your favourite place to buy clothes? Topshop. I am a Topshop whore. I literally hardly ever buy anything from anywhere else unless it's like secondhand stores. Yeah, I really like Topshop stuff. I try and avoid going in there because sometimes I'm like, okay, I need a new bra or something, and I'll go in there and I'll come out with like 4 items of clothes, and I can't do that. I don't have enough money to sustain that. So I just like have to like avoid that shop completely, because I just somehow it like grabs me in like magic and makes me buy things. So yeah. What is your favourite book, film, TV series, game, musician and artist? Favourite book? Probably The Sight by David Clement Davis, or A Thousand Splendid Suns by, I think it's Khaled Hosseini, or The Abortion Trilogy by Garth Nix, amazing, or the Windsinger Trilogy by William Nicholson. Yeah, I'm gonna just stop with them because I could go on for ages because I'm a big reader. Favourite film? Again, I'm like a massive film person, so actually saying my favourite film is just, no, not gonna happen. I have like 100 favourite films, but I'm just gonna put Lord of the Rings because I love it so much. I'm like obsessed. I even have the One Ring, which I got as a present from a friend when I was like 11, and yeah. Favourite TV series? Another really difficult one to answer. Game of Thrones has got to be in the top 3. Buffy the Vampire Slayer has got to be in the top 3. I feel like I'm gonna forget something really important. Breaking Bad, really good. Green Ring, really good. Mighty Boosh, really good. Yeah, I think those are all my very favourite ones. American Horror Story. Yeah, I think that covers all my very favourite ones. Game, I don't really play many games, and I don't know if you're referring to board games or video games, but board games, probably chess, and video games like Spyro. And also I really like Condemned, but I really like Spyro a lot. I bought Spyro. Well, I think my brother bought it for me for my birthday once, and then he like sold his PlayStation. So I have Spyro, but I can't play it. So that's really depressing. Musician, I can't even answer because my taste in music varies all the time, and my favorite artists vary all the time, and I have so many favorites that I can't really answer that one. Favorite artist, probably Tracy Emin. Her stuff's really thought-provoking and also really controversial, and I really like that. Obviously by artist I'm going by like fine art, not by art in general, because that covers too broad a spectrum. What's your happiest childhood memory? I'm not sure, because I don't know. I have a lot of happy childhood memories, but I suppose it's difficult because the ones that stand out to me, the not happy ones. So trying to think about happy childhood memories, really hard. Like, it's really annoying because I kind of like, I'll have a memory that like comes to me at different times, but now I've like completely forgotten. I suppose like Christmas would be one of them, because Christmas was awesome always. It's kind of lost its kind of novelty factor now, but that used to be one of my favourite times. And I guess birthdays as well. Yeah, but I can't really think of a specific. Where would you travel to if you had the money? Actually, I'm trying to save up some money to go in the summer, go back to America to visit my friends, because I haven't been there for like 5 or 6 years, I think, and I really want to see one of my best friends there really, really badly. So I'm trying to save up money to go back, but I'm also trying to save up to go back to Thailand again to visit my favourite places, but also to kind of visit more and explore more of it, because it was just so amazing, that I'd like to see even more. So yeah. Next question was, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? Probably invisibility, because you could like do so many things without people seeing, like, and you could also listen in on people's conversations, which might be upsetting actually at some points. But no, you could like learn so much information and do so many things, and also like creep people out. That would be really awesome as well. I like to play jokes on people. What do you like most about yourself? Probably that I'm really honest and genuine. I don't pretend to be someone that I'm not ever. Yeah. Do you plan to continue to advocate for eating disorder awareness and recovery once in remission? Yes, I do. I hope that I will advocate mental health awareness probably forever, because it's very important to me, and it always will be important to me. And I know that even if I reach remission, there's always a chance I could relapse, and I also, I can't just leave behind all the people that are struggling with what I struggled with, and other mental illnesses as well. I think that's always going to be a part of my life forever. What was a typical extreme hunger day? I completely missed my mouth then. I literally just poured tea all in my lap. Great. Typical extreme hunger day. I don't know, like, I never really recorded it, but I went through a phase of eating like ice cream, cheesecake, cookies, brownies all in one day. I ate like half a cake once. That was nice. It was really good. It was like a massive chocolate cake that I made. I make like this really good chocolate cake. It's amazing. And me and my previous partner Isaac, literally we ate the whole cake in like 1.5 days. Yeah, it was that good. And then I went on to kind of like a cereal phase where I was just eating like loads of cereal, and it was specifically muesli, which is like granola but not crunchy, and like you have it with milk, and it has like raisins and nuts and seeds and like flakes, wheat flakes, brown flakes kind of stuff in it. Anyway, like, yeah, I used to eat like loads of that. But yeah, I can't really like record like a whole day because I didn't record a whole day, so I can't really answer that specifically. And the last question is, how do you explain all the stuff to your loved ones? Well, I didn't really have to explain it, I suppose. I told people and they did their own research themselves. My mum did a lot of research, and I assume that she, spoke to my dad about it when I was younger, when they realised it was about when I was like 15, I think, 14, 15. My friends were hugely supportive. I have friends that have been there for me for the whole time, and I would talk to them about it, and a lot of them understood. I had a few that didn't understand, but it didn't matter that they didn't understand. They even said to me, like, I don't understand, but I am here for you, and just having that support was amazing. I think the person who I explained it to the most, but I didn't really need to explain it, was my partner at the time, because he like lived it with me. So he heard me speak with my voice, and he heard me speak with the eating disorder's voice, and he knew inside out what the eating disorder was like. The thing is, I think if you're going to try and explain it, but they're not understanding you, because the person who asked me this question said that the people who care about them want to know everything about the eating disorder, but no matter how hard they try to explain, they don't seem to fully understand. I think that they're never going to understand completely unless they've been through it. The only person I feel that hasn't been through it that did understand me was my partner, because he was so close to me and so involved. I think that a good book to recommend somebody to read if they really want to understand it is Brave Girl Eating, which I've mentioned before. It's written from the perspective of the mother, so it's written from an outside view, which might help because they are outside, because they can't understand the thoughts. It might be better to read that book rather than read a book written by someone with an eating disorder, because we can read those books and relate, but they can't. So actually relating to the outside perspective might be a lot easier. So Brave Girl Eating is really good, and also there's lots of articles on Eurytopia that could help them understand from a scientific and logical point of view, as well as an emotional point of view. But yeah. I do, sometimes I do feel like people don't fully understand, but I think you have to make allowances for that because they can't. I don't think my parents fully understand at all, but how could they when they haven't experienced it? They don't understand what's going on inside your head, and they can only understand to a certain point. So yeah, this has been a really long video. I'm sorry, I should have answered these questions a bit faster, but thank you all so much for asking questions. Shows that you're interested in my life, which is nice, and I hope that I've answered everything as much as you wanted me to. And also my friend Joel wanted me to mention how much I love him in this video. So now our undying love is recorded on video. So I love you so much, Joel. I was going to do the little heart sign, but then I realised you can't do a heart with your hand. But, oh, you can. I'm so stupid. Yeah, Joel, heart for you. And also heart for everybody who watched this video and everything. And I can't believe I spilt tea all over myself and literally just threw it onto myself instead of into my mouth. Yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have any other questions, like, always feel free to ask. I will do another Q&A video if people still have stuff that they want me to answer. If not, then that's also fine, and I will continue with the recovery videos next week. And hopefully my hair will be behaving a little bit more as well, because it's in my eyes, but it keeps making massive gaps in my fringe if I move it, as you saw me do during this video. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, and if you're struggling at all, then there's always my my inbox on my Tumblr, which is linked at the top of on the little links bar on my channel. So if you are struggling, like, you can always message me on my Tumblr account, and I will respond pretty quickly, probably within, well, most definitely within 24 hours. Usually it's within a few hours. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well and having a nice day, and I will speak to you next week.